No, what are you doing, bro? I ain't say open the bag yet. Get out of there, bro. Get out of there. We ain't start yet. All right. BroDay podcast episode 2. Finally doing this, BroDay. We are knee deep in summer. We are knee deep in summer, and we have had an expensive June, baby. We're going to talk about it. This is the BroDay podcast. I have to bribe my son to do podcasts with me. So I bribed him with some In-N-Out. So we got In-N-Out. We're going to eat some In-N-Out, and we're going to talk about all the good things that we've been up to. You excited?
Yeah.
Or you just excited for that In-N-Out?
I'm excited for both.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Hold on. Let me get you tracking. I want to get you tracked. Hold on for a second. Let me see.
Open it.
Can you open what? All right, man. Dig in. Get you. So, interesting thing happened to me when I was at In-N-Out.
What happened?
Interesting thing. For the first time in nearly 25 years of being an entertainer, for the first time, people are coming up to me and saying, "Hey, you look like, are you," and instead of some random famous person, they're actually talking about me.
For real?
For the first time. Yes. That has been this year. And it's all because of our social media. Yeah, somebody that went to your high school was like, are you? And she stopped herself. She was like, "Are you?" And I was like, "Am I who?" She was like, "Oh, you look like somebody." And I was like, "Okay, who I look like?" She's like, "Are you Jalen's dad?"
What does she look like?
Cute little girl. I think she's Hispanic. Her name's Sophia.
Wait, what In-N-Out did you go to?
The one closest to us.
That's my friend. She works there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, I know her.
And she was like, your poster's so funny.
That was very cool.
So, yeah, that was cool. You love that.
Mm-hmm.
You love that, you know?
Yeah.
Man, 2 weekends ago, I premiered my stand-up special, 16 Dad Jokes,
Mm-hmm.
here in Yoga Leroy Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Did an hour. And Budsky took the stage for a couple moments. How'd that feel, Budsky?
It was good. I was doing it for you and stuff.
Why you gotta say that?
So, like I was saying, it felt good. It felt better because I was doing it for you.
You could do it for yourself too. Why not do it for yourself?
I want you to I want you to be happy.
I was happy. Now, were you happy?
Yeah. What do you mean?
So, Budsky took the stage. Matter of fact, you could go watch the replay of 16 Dad Jokes on YouTube, Yoga Leroy Studios. The whole thing is up there. Not sure if I'm going to keep the whole thing up there, but I'm definitely going to repost the set that I did. But yeah, you could go watch it. The replay is up there. And
He did really good. He did really good.
I felt good about it.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that works for Netflix takes my boot camp classes, and I sent it to her. So I asked her for feedback.
Hmm?
I said you could give me any kind of feedback, good, bad, ugly. I want to hear what you think, Netflix.
What boot camp classes?
At my gym.
Mm. What do you do in there?
So, anyway, what do you mean? What do I do in there?
What do you like? What
Boot camp stuff.
like what?
I work people out, Jalen. You know what I do.
Yeah, but what? All right, never mind.
Yeah, never mind. I want to talk about how you felt on stage. Because the thing that surprised me the most, I was trying to practice because I was practicing my hour special every morning and every evening for 2 or 3 months. And the whole time I had in my mind that you were gonna bring me up.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted you to be comfortable, so I would ask you to come and practice with me, and you always found a way to get out of that. So you never really practiced it.
Out of it?
You never really practiced with me. When it comes to, you never really practiced.
Mhm.
But you did such a good job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You even had jokes. Where them jokes come from, Budsky?
I don't know. It's like I was nervous coming up because I was like practicing what I texted you because I texted you like what I should say. I was practicing, but it was too long to like remember. So I was like, whatever. So I got up there. I was like nervous because I didn't know what to say.
You just a natural,
So I just
huh?
started talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you had a solid joke. That wasn't you talking. That was a joke. That was a setup and a punchline.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not like know that?
I do, but it was
Okay.
like I was just like I didn't play it or nothing.
Well, good job, man. You made me really proud.
Thank you.
The Budsky is a natural, man. People were asking me leading up to the show, are you nervous? Are you nervous? Are you nervous? You know, I wasn't nervous until people kept asking me if I was nervous. I wasn't nervous at all.
Mm-hmm.
The week of, I was good. 2, 3 days before, I was just like kind of a wreck.
Mm-hmm.
And that did not stop. I'll say that started on Wednesday. Like all that anxiety started on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the show. Saturday, I had Laugh Factory. And Monday coming down, it was a good 6 days of just nothing but anxiety. The whole time, bro. The whole time. The whole time. I was like a out of body experience, like just anxiety, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And even after the special, I had chocolate sundaes, the Laugh Factory, which was a crazy experience as well. That was my third time doing an audition set at the Laugh Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Took 6 years to get through that process. Man,
Making big moves though.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't start feeling like it's crazy to have anxiety is crazy because you're experiencing it in real time when great things are happening and you're like I know I feel good about this right now, but I can't feel good about this right now because of the feelings I have right now. And you have to remind yourself in real time like, oh, this is what I want. Everything's happening exactly like I planned it. And it's all working out for my greater good. And you have to literally remind yourself that, because in the moment it could be confusing, because it's like, man, all this good stuff is happening, but why do I feel so not so good, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
And you have to remind yourself, it's okay. Like I could breathe through this. This is fine, you know? You just gotta
Yeah.
coach yourself up, you know? Do you ever do that?
Um,
Like when you're like playing, like when like a good team is like pulls up on you and you're like, oh man, look at these guys. They're all tall, they all look athletic.
um, well, usually I like to think of myself like the best on the course, so I really like when I see people, or if they're like tall or something, like I'm tall too. I'm not really intimidated by height or nothing, because I played some people that are like pretty tall and I have a scoring on them. But like when like I'm like if I'm playing a good team, I would probably like the night before or like on the way to the game, I probably would I would play like music that would like kind of get me like hyped up and like ready, like
Mhm.
pregame music, and then I would just like think about the game, and then I would try to see like I would try to think of like what the court would look like, what the jerseys would look like, and like the people that were playing, so it'd be like more accurate. But obviously, of course, like not every like because I'm not gonna like not every person that like I'm not gonna know everybody that is on this team. So sometimes I just like have like blank fake faces in my mind, but it's like just like me doing good and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't really answer my question. How do you stay locked in? Like when okay, so fine. Tall people don't intimidate you. But I was just trying to use a example. Like I know we all experience these emotions like anxiety and nervousness. So can you think of a situation that you walked into? I use basketball because you play basketball.
Hmm.
And I do know one of the big issues with last year is there was times you were getting in your head. So maybe it's you that you're afraid of. Ooh, that's kind of strong, cuz you trying to boss up on me talking about, oh, tall people don't, you know, intimidate you. Okay, fine. Who intimidates you? Is it you? Is it you playing into the ability that a lot of people do know you can play, but sometimes you just ain't showing up like that. So maybe it's you that intimidates you. So what I was getting at, that's something to think on, bro. That's something to think on. Because if opponents don't intimidate you, then when you're having a bad day, then who is getting in the way? It's you. That's something to think about. That's something to meditate on. That's strong, bro. So what I was getting at is what tools do you do when that happens, when that comes up?
I would visualize.
You said that?
Yeah,
Visualize what?
like the game.
I must not have been listening. My bad. Take me through a visualization.
I just did.
Do it again.
So you didn't hear anything that I said.
No, I heard you. You can't take me through a visualization.
I just did.
Do it again, Jalen, before I make you do push-ups.
I would think about the game the night before on the way, listening to music that like make me hyped up, and I would like try to think about like if we're wearing black or white jerseys, like what the court would look like, what my opponents would look like, and like me doing good.
Man, I do not like when you get attitude.
I don't have an attitude.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I mess with it.
Mm-hmm.
So like what do you do when it comes up in real time? Like we're talking about before the game. That's what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that I was experiencing during my show is like the emotion happening like as I was doing the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
as it was coming up. And so what I do is my go-to is I feel the ground.
The room you said?
The ground.
Oh.
I notice my feet on the ground. That's my go-to. That always grounds me. I just bring my attention to the ground
Mm-hmm.
and my feet on the ground. And then I find power from there. Like I imagine my strength coming from the soles of my feet
Mm-hmm.
and powering up throughout my body. I imagine that. And then I'm locked in. Like when I do that, I'm locked in and I'm ready to go. Can you think of anything that you do like in real time?
I've never really thought of it like that because like maybe I don't know if this counts, but like if I miss a bad shot or something, like like I don't like instead of trying to like put my head down or something, like I try to like see what I messed up on my jump shot with. So like I would start like doing this with my hand, like trying to like remember how to shoot. But I don't really know. I never really thought of it like that.
Maybe you should think of it like that because because there's going to be moments where it feels like the world around you is just like chaos. And that's like when you're experiencing anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And one big example I could say in regards to like basketball is when you're taking a free throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're taking a free throw, fans on both sides of the courts, they're doing everything that they can to get in your head and throw you off your game. What do you do? What do you do? So if we use that scenario,
You know what's funny actually? Sorry for cutting you off, but
no, you're not. You're
someone
not sorry. You're not
so
sorry. You cut me
someone
off all the time. You
uh,
are not sorry.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyways, someone I forgot who I was talking to, but someone was talking about like anxiety when I coming in front of like a crowd or something, and I was telling them like when no, it was my therapist. I was talking to my therapist, and I was telling them like when I present like a project or something in front of the whole class, like I start getting nervous and I turn red and stuff. Like presenting in front of the class turns like gets me like I don't know, I just get like nervous and stuff. Like in presenting in front of a lot of people, but then when I'm playing basketball and people are there, I don't really get nervous or anything. Like it just feels like it it isn't really like like I don't get nervous when I'm playing basketball and people are watching me. Like but like when I'm doing other stuff and people are watching me besides basketball, I get nervous. So I just thought that was like I don't know. Did that make sense or not really?
It does make sense, but I do think you get nervous. But you might not get as nervous when you're playing basketball. But bro, I'm pulling up to your games, bro. I know when you're nervous and when you're not nervous. Just like you know when I'm nervous and then when I'm not nervous. I know how you play when you're nervous and when you're not nervous. So it's hard for me to like hear you say I don't get nervous playing basketball when
I said I don't feel like I get
when I'm
nervous.
coming to all your games. Like I don't think you get as nervous as presenting because you're more confident in your basketball. So the nervousness isn't like the whole time, but nervousness happens, man. It's not a bad thing to get nervous every now and then. It just means that you care. It just means that you care about it. You want to do a good job. You go up in front of class, you're presenting something that you worked on and you want to do a good job. You know, um so maybe we should talk about it in regards to like presenting in front of your class and not in regards to you playing basketball. Um because it seems like you're I don't know. Your story is a little interesting when it comes to your experience on the basketball court, you know? Um but at least when it comes to presenting, like you're dealing with anxiety. The whole point of me asking about this is I'm trying to get you to see like there's things that you could put in like in position to when anxiety and when nervousness comes up. This is the whole point. I mean, this was long-winded because it's like we're not on the same page. But the whole point is I'm trying to show you and kind of talk through this to you that there are things that I do when nervousness and anxiety comes up and it's my go-to, it's in my toolbox. So it's like second nature whenever it happens because I'm constantly putting myself in these predicaments because I'm a stand-up comedian. So I'm constantly searching for the bigger stage, the bigger stage, the bigger stage. The bigger stage is going to keep causing or creating anxiety, keep creating nervousness, maybe not as loud as like the first time, but it's still there. And if I have something in my toolbox that I go to, it's going to give me a more it's going to keep me grounded.
Mhm.
And now I'm at a point where people can't even tell when I'm nervous because I've been using these tools. So like that was the whole point of me talking to you about this. Um and I wanted to see if you had anything um that you do.
Mhm.
Really. So when you're presenting, because you presented in front of your class multiple times,
Mhm.
was there anything you started doing?
Not gonna lie. No, cause like I don't know. It's like I would do the work. I prepare. I mean, maybe like, but I like shake my foot on the ground sometimes. Um, I don't do anything like to like not get nervous, but I should start doing stuff. But um, I can tell when I'm nervous is like when I'm like scared to get called up because like it's like a line. But you know how like W is like the last one, so I'm usually like the last one.
Mhm.
It's like I'm gonna be one of the most like memorable ones because like that they're leaving the class with my presentation, right?
Yeah.
So I get nervous when they call me up, and then when I walk up, it just like feels you know like the photo thing, like the 0.5, like zoom out,
Mhm.
like it feels like the whole class is in 0.5, and it just feels weird, and then my face kind of gets red and stuff, and then and my voice gets shaky a little bit.
So what can you do?
Um,
So right before you get pulled up, can you notice the ground?
yeah. Are you asking me or you're telling me to do it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Jalen. I'm about to sound like a dad right now, which is fine because I am a dad. I have gathered information on, and these are like scientifically proven from therapists, from sports psychologists, information on how to create a a reaction when things come up like anxiety, nervousness, and since you were a little buddy, I've been trying to give you these tools, but I'm trying to get. I've learned that this is the curse of being a dad. Like when you're a dad, and you'll see this. You'll see this when you have kids one day. When you're a dad, it seems like, and this could be just like a dad thing. It seems like your kids, your son, did me. It seems like I appreciate that. Saved me right there. That would have been there the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And this could just be in dads' heads, but it seems like at times, as a dad, your son's not listening to you, but they'll take advice from other people, other, you know, like basketball people, or you know, and it's kind of a defeated. It makes you as your dad. Sometimes it makes me feel defeated when I tell you things that I know could help you, and you don't listen or you don't take my advice.
I feel like I do take your advice.
Well, I'm not saying you don't, but there has been times where I felt like you haven't. And that could be if as a dad, as your dad, it could make me feel a little defeated, and I don't know. One thing was like I used to tell you to, 1, 2, 3, next play. Like clap your hands, 1, 2, 3, next play. I've never seen you do that.
I've done it before, but it's hard to remember doing that in game. Like remember like old tools, like tools in game. Cause
Well, that's why you have to practice your tools.
I know, but
The
I've done
tool,
it.
bro. When anxiety, bro. If you here, so this is a little bit of what I'm talking about. And you do listen to me, and you do follow my lead and my direction. So I'm saying all this because I know that it's also like heightened in my brain. I feel like it's heightened. It's not actually like my son never listens to me, you do listen to me. But why I try to reiterate the things that you need to do, like because you need to create habits. Because when anxiety comes up, when stress comes up, when your body goes into fight or flight, everything goes out the window. Everything goes blank. Oh fuck. What do I do now? That's what happened. Have you what's happened? Do you experience that? Have you experienced that before?
Of
Have you experienced a time where you've gotten a a wave of anxiety and you're like, "Oh fuck," and you can't remember anything? Have you ever had that experience?
probably.
Yes. That's the experience that happens, right? Now, if you practice your tools, when that happens, you're more likely to be able to access your tools. But if you're not practicing your tools, then when those oh shit moments happen, you're definitely not going to open up your box and go to your tools.
Mhm.
That's why I would say every it's a practice. Like every time you mess up, 1, 2, 3, next play. getting in the habit of that. And I would say it and I would say it and I would say it over and over and over again. I would never see you do it. And then I just gave up on it.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it lately, every like when I mess up or like I miss a shot or something, I clap and I'm like, my bad, y'all. Or like my bad, y'all. Like to my teammates.
Mhm. So for me,
She's bunning the court.
back up, Bell.
She trying to get that fry.
So for me to bring this back around, I've been practicing meditation, breath work. I practice it on a regular basis. On a regular basis, bro. I practice it. And it's that practice that helps me survive through times where it's like the feeling of anxiety is so crazy. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get through this. But I'm able to like because I practice on a regular basis. When I'm in the moment, I'm like, okay, let me just sit here and breathe for a second. Just a couple of breaths. Okay, let me feel the ground for a second. There's no rush.
Mhm.
You know, when anxiety happens, everything feels fast, right? Everything feels fast and chaotic, right?
Mhm.
You get to remind yourself that I have the power to slow things down. And that's like really dope.
Mhm.
That you have the power to slow things down in those moments. Um like let's say I'll let's say I'll do a scenario for you, I'll do a scenario for me. Like say like you're playing like Birmingham. I know you always want to play Birmingham for some reason. Um I get it. But say you're pulling up to Birmingham, you're starting, right? You
Mhm.
got your shoes in your bag and you're walking to the gym. You see you walking by the coach and you know the coaches that you don't vibe with, you know the players you don't vibe with. You know, you start like getting a little anxious, like you starting to feel those nerves come up. You go to your bench and you know, you start shooting around. It's like, oh, okay, it's getting closer to game time. Those anxious feelings starting to come up a little bit more. Starting to come up a little bit more. You're like, all right, all right. Then you go back to your bench, and then you hear the ref blow the whistle. Beep, bring it in. You know,
Mhm.
you're like, oh shit, the game's starting, right? And then
Mhm.
it feels like, oh, the game's starting right now. This game's starting. But you could slow that time down right there, right? You could feel the ground. You could feel your heart. And then you could go to your breath. Boom, you just slowed time down. You just slowed it down because you grounded yourself, right? And
Mhm.
when anxiety like hits, it makes you want to just rush, 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 rush. And it's those rushes, like it's that, and anxiety is like a little punk ass little boy, right? He's like a little punk ass little boy running around the neighborhood, you know, knocking on people's doors and running away. You know, just a wild, he's just a wild dude, you know?
Mhm.
And you gotta be like, nah, man, slow down. Chill, chill. I'm grounded. I'm good. So like for me, and this, bro, I've had so much practice at this. Um, and I failed at this a couple of times. One time specifically, probably one of my worst bombs. So when I pull up to a show, multiple times I pulled up to shows, and the producer was like, "Okay, you're going first, taking the bullet, right? Going first." feels like at times the worst spot because the audience is cold. You know, they haven't seen any comics. They don't know if this is going to be a good show, blah, 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 blah. So at times it feels like it's the worst spot. But I never turned down that challenge to like be the comic that sets the tone.
Mhm.
But I've failed in a big way a lot of times, you know. One time I was at this show, this dumbass show that I did in Santa Monica called Fresh Meat. It was a competition. Oh man, that show sucked. That show was fucking awful. It was a bringer show competition.
What's our bringer show?
Like you're forced to bring people.
Like your own friends and like family?
Yeah, like so here's the thing. Like we're comics, we're comedians, so you should be getting in the habit of bringing inviting an audience, right? But there's a difference between a normal show and a bringer show. A bringer show, usually new comics, comics that just started, and they're bringing their family and friends, whoever they're begging to bring to the show. And those people are really just there to see them. They're not really there to support any other comics or even enjoy a comedy show. And a lot of the time, they don't even want to be there. So bringer shows have energy,
Mhm.
and that energy sucks. The energy. There has been some good bringer shows. I've done some good bringer shows, but 9 times out of 10, if you're on a bringer show, it's gonna be rough
Mhm.
because it's just a shitty energy. And this was a bringer show comedy competition, and it sucked. And I guess the comedians drew numbers to get position in the lineup. I showed up, I want to say 30 minutes early,
Mhm.
and I guess other people showed up like way earlier than that. So when I showed up because I was the last comic, the producer was just like, "Oh, oh, we already picked spots. So you're going first." But because I've always been like, I'm up for a challenge, like I'm a good comic and I'll go first and I'm not gonna bitch about it. I didn't bitch about it. Now, if I could go back in time, I would be like, well, if I'm not gonna draw, then I'm not gonna go up. I would
Mhm.
have just left. Now that I look back on it, I wish I would have just been like, okay, well, if you're gonna put me at the bullet without giving me my fair shot, just like all the other comics, I'm out of here.
Mhm.
So that was a big lesson, especially for something like that. You know, it was a shitty show. It wasn't there was no it was it was a shitty show. I should have just bounced. Um, but I will say everything happens for a reason. So moments like that, because I bombed. I mean, I went up there and it was a bringer audience, but they were just I will say this. If you're a strong comic, I don't give a shit how shitty the audience is. I don't care how shitty the audience is. Because I'm talking about bringer audiences. If you're a fucking strong comic, you're gonna make those people laugh.
Mhm.
So the audience should never be the excuse. Because if you fucking know your fucking instrument, you should be able to make those people laugh. Now, I'll admit that I don't even think I'm on that level yet. I'm scratching to that level where it's like I'm so strong that it don't matter how shitty of a day you guys are in, I'm gonna make you guys laugh. I've seen comics like that.
Mhm.
I've been around comics like that. That it's a next level type of comedian. And that's why I strive to be. Um, but I wasn't that this night. And
How long ago was this?
I want to say it was like, damn, I don't know.
Like 6, 7 years ago?
I want to say 5 years ago.
So when I was 12.
Yeah, I want to say like 5 years ago, but I'll never forget it. I was so pissed
Mm-hmm.
because the person that put me on this show, I thought was one of my friends, and she gassed me up. She was like, "Oh, you should do my comedy competition. You could win it." Blah 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 blah. And then I show up, and then you make me take the bullet. I was just like, bro, you can't trust nobody.
What was the prize? Money?
Nothing special, bro. I don't know what it was. I mean, I don't know.
Mm.
You know,
You got paid to go there though?
no.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. It was a complete fucking. It was a complete fucking. It was dog shit. It was dog shit. Fresh meat or some shit is what they called it. It was dog poop. But so fast forward a couple of weekends ago, I had my graduate spot, chocolate sundaes, Laugh Factory, and I got there early, and the producer said, "Okay, you're going first."
Mm-hmm. But the producer didn't know you, right? Okay.
And this place was packed. Packed,
Like how much people?
bro.
Like 100?
At least
Or there's more?
it was packed. And I was anxious, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I had my tools. I had my tools, and these tools work, bro. I mean, I tell everybody about this tool, feeling the ground, because it's so simple. It's so simple. When you experience anxiety and nervousness, at times it feels like you're floating, like you're a balloon, right?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a kind of an out of body experience.
Like you kind of want to throw up a little bit.
Yeah, like you're even watching yourself. You're like, I'm not experiencing this. Like this is a different reality. That's how it feels to me.
No, that's like I think you explained it better. I try to say it like that when like that's how it feels when I present stuff.
Right. That's how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you think about a balloon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a balloon with helium in it. Say there's like a bunch of balloons, right? Right? And those balloons have like a weight at the bottom. But one of the balloons like gets loose and starts floating away,
Mm-hmm.
right? So like that's how you feel when you start experiencing anxiety. That's how it makes me feel. Like I'm starting to float away, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if that balloon was able to like oh shit, my feet are on the ground. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's as simple as that. To stop feeling like the balloon. It's just to notice the ground. After you notice the ground, then it's like like math. You're good at math. Process of elimination, right? Notice the ground. The ground connected to my feet. Oh, my feet are on the ground. The feet connected to my ankles, my knees, my legs. Work your way up. Oh, there's my stomach. There's my heart. There's my shoulders. There's my head. Boom. I'm here. I'm present. I'm grounded. I'm ready to work. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? And it for me, because I started doing that so often, it's second nature, but it does take practice to start doing that. And you have to remind yourself, and you have to find ways to remind yourself when you start to practice.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing you can do, you're going to get called up, right? And start there. Start when you're in your seat. Notice the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Then bring your awareness to your feet. Oh, my feet are on the ground. Boom. Notice your ankles. Work your way up.
Mm-hmm.
They're my shins. They're my knees. They're my thighs. They're my hips. There's my stomach. Oh, boom. There's my lungs. There's my heart. There's my shoulders. There's my neck. my chin, my lips, my head. You know, boom, I'm here. I'm here. I'm present. I'm grounded.
Mhm.
I'm safe. These are also things I repeat to myself because when you're experiencing anxiety, it's just this chaos. Like your body is in fight or flight, so it's like chaos. Like your brain is telling you all these things, like get out of here, run. You're not safe. Like that's what your brain's telling you. True or false?
Uh, Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Like go run. Like you could get out of here. You don't have to do it. Your brain's telling you all these things to protect you. Your brain thinks that it's protecting you
Mhm.
by telling you that. Like, oh, you blah, 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 blah. Just noise. And then you have to tell your brain, no, I'm safe. I'm grounded. I'm happy. I want to do this.
Mhm.
I want to connect with my classmates and show them the good job that I did. And you got to start feeding your brain the reality of the situation.
Mhm.
You know, does that help?
Yeah.
Anything?
Mhm. It does.
You gonna start doing it?
Yeah.
Man, someone asked me, actually two people asked me. Someone said this online. Someone was like, you lost weight. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? You lost weight. And then this weekend someone asked me, they're like, "Oh, you lost weight. Are you sick?" And it makes me just be thankful that I'm not a mean person anymore because why does losing weight mean you're sick? It
Mhm.
shouldn't it mean you're healthy
Yeah.
if you lose weight?
Mhm.
Or is that maybe like are people saying like people that are old and lose weight? If you're older and you lose weight, you must be sick. Is that it?
I don't know. You
I'm
should
trying to
probably ask.
I'm trying to understand. Huh?
You should ask.
Ask who?
Be like, why you thought I was sick?
I
What made
didn't
you
ask.
what she say?
I don't know. Nothing that satisfied me.
Mhm.
But um it, it did get me like self-conscious a little bit. I was like, damn, do I look sick?
No.
And then I started eating carbs. I was like, well, since I look sick, I might as well carb up, baby. Well, I actually feel really good. Other than
Mhm.
my neck. My neck has been sore. Other than my neck, I've been feeling really good.
Mhm.
Really healthy.
Mhm.
How you feeling? Because we've been, I mean, up until my show weekend, really the show week, we were we were locked in. The show happened, we fell out a little bit. I'm talking about working out, like our workouts, our summer workout. I think we've been doing a really good job. I think you've been doing a really good job
Well, we gotta
and
start back tomorrow.
doing the extra work. Um, don't interrupt me. Can we just talk about that? You love interrupting me. Um, we were locked in, then my show, and of course, I think we got like maybe 3 days of working out. But before that, we were locked in every day. And my intention was to get us back on track this week. But no, you needed to go spend the night at a friend's house. So we couldn't get locked back in today. this morning. And you say tomorrow we're gonna get back to locked in.
I could go. Are we going to Stevens tomorrow in the morning?
You tell me, bro.
Because then also I have practice at 9:30.
Where Stevens is it? Where's Stevens?
Northridge 24.
To when?
6 to 8:30.
Okay. It could work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're locking back in tomorrow. It could work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else, man? There's a anime convention going on. You know, I wanted to do a podcast to debrief on all because over the last like 2.5 weeks, we've had some like really fun days. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like we went and saw Obsession. That movie was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you give it?
Like a 10.
Yeah, I give it a 10 too. That movie is really good. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the week of my comedy show was a lot of fun, even though I was just like super anxious the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a lot of fun. And the more I do these shows in the studio, the more I'll get used to like dealing with like these emotions. And maybe one day these emotions, I won't even have to deal with them because it'll just be normal. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the goal. The same thing with your basketball. Same thing with being a basketball player. You do it enough, eventually it's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's just normal. It's just your life. You know, that's why you got to do it all the time. You know, that's another way to get over anxiety. Just do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know? All right. Well, that's all I really got to talk about. I mean, there's an anime convention downtown right now throughout the weekend. I'm trying to figure out if we could get tickets.
I think I have a tournament this weekend, no?
I don't know. Do you?
What's the dates?
The dates.
July 3rd to July 5th, I have a tournament.
Where is that tournament at?
Seal Beach.
Okay, so we couldn't even go.
What's the next one?
That's a Puma tournament?
I'm pretty sure.
All right. When's the next one? Next year.
What? Well, there's only one a year?
They're in different places.
Oh.
No, it's just an idea.
Mm.
All right, man. Well, we did it. We got our second one out. This is BroDay podcast. We're gonna try to get these out a couple of times a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's episode 2. And yeah.
Peace out, guys.
Oh boy. Peace out, guys. We are gonna have a fun time this summer, so that we're gonna have some things to talk about. Like I'm excited about so July is packed because we're going to June Lake. That's gonna be fun for your mom's birthday.
That's in Big Bear?
You know, but it's like Big Bear. It's like nature. And then my birthday, you know, I like going to be a Big Bear.
Mm-hmm.
So we might go to Big Bear.
And jet ski?
We might, but we'll see. And in August, you're going up to Washington. That's gonna be fun. I might go with you. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
About to throw down this regular Coke. I've been drinking these regular Cokes, man. Ain't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
All this sugar and everything. What else is going on this month? Well, you're on the Puma squad. That's always exciting. That's exciting, right, Budsky?
Yeah.
And I can't think of anything else. All right, man. We did it. Episode 2, BroDay podcast. Getting it out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Peace.